Hey, what's up? Tim Sykes here in Europe, living life, teaching, trading, eating, creating new millionaires. Really excited about this new market because we've come off the highs and lately the market has been bouncing quite a bit. It's created the possibility of some runners and I really want you to capitalize on it. I'm actually over $100,000 now on the year, nearly 30,000 basically in just the last month, since the market has started to heat up a little bit. And I'm giving actually an event in 2 days. I'll post a link just below. It's called the 46-Day Account Accelerator. And it's a very cool pattern that I've only found has really worked a few times in the past, but right now the conditions are perfect for this. And I think that you're going to learn a lot. I mean, it's a free event. You can ignore it if you want. If you're watching this video lesson later in 2022 or in 2023, because this will be archived, this won't apply. But if you're watching this right now in July of 2022, like you should be, the next month, the next 2 months, I think are going to be very special in terms of runners. So this webinar is specifically on these kinds of runners. It's a little different than what we're used to, and that's why I wanted to create this event. Again, click the link below. It's 100% free. But I want you, crossing over, key numbers like this too. It's not always perfect. QBIO was a small loss for me today, despite the positive liver cancer news. Small losses happen. But in this video, I really want to talk about FAZE. I'm sorry, I wanted to get this out pre-market. It's just been a crazy day. Over $3,000 in profits for me on this play. And this is a little bit of a higher price play, so not my typical kind of play, but you should still be focused on big percent gainers. In one after hours session, this went from the 9s up to the 16s in just a few minutes. That should be your, kind of wake up call, right? Where it's like, wow, this stock can really spike. Before that, it never really spiked. This is a video gaming company. Maybe you follow some of their gamers on Twitch. They announced their SPAC back in 2021. Didn't really do much. But when this stock shows that it can spike literally 60 minutes in, what time was this? This was at 5:22 p.m. and the top was 6:07. So 60% in less than 60 minutes. When you see that kind of spike potential, again, this goes back to this, 46-day account accelerator that I think is really going to be applicable to you guys right now. But the reason why I traded it, and I didn't trade it that first 60%, it only got it on my watch list. The reason why I traded it really pretty well here the next day was because I understood, the market, like I said, I think the next month or two is going to be pretty amazing. And B, when a company shows itself to potentially spiking pretty big, I think that could be amazing too. One spike does not mean that it can't spike again. In fact, one spike usually leads to another spike, especially once you start to understand the reasons behind this spike. Why did this stock spike 60%? Did they announce some amazing news? Did, Amazon want to acquire them? No and no. If you know anything about FaZe Clan, if you follow them on Twitter, let's say, that was my tweet. Hold on. This is FaZe Clan. They're young video gamers and they have videos like this.
Yo, my guy, can you get me?
Right? Like they're literally making like viral videos all around the video game lifestyle. Very not Wall Street. It's actually kind of funny when they were, they got some rappers performing at their event. It was funny when they were opening the bell, ringing the bell on the NASDAQ the other day. Let me just try to find this. Like, it was so, awkward. Like, FaZe Clan on the NASDAQ? Like, what? These guys, right? So they're all wearing their shirt with their ticker. They're young gamers. And they all have millions of followers. This was them ringing the bell. They have some, corporate executives, too. But look at them all. They're all, video gaming nerds, basically. And they rang the NASDAQ bell. And this is what is so cool about this because, no hate on video games. I think they're a waste of time. But That's just me. These guys are making millions of dollars, so I think that there actually is some money for the first time in it. But what caused this was, I don't even know which ones. There's a whole bunch of them involved in this, but they each have millions of followers, okay? And this was caused by, I think, 2 or 3 of them talking about it. It's not just on Twitter. It's not just on Instagram. They're on Twitch. They're on all these networks. And they were talking about their stock, and the stock responded. So this really makes me remember this old school video. This was video lesson 6864 through 6872 for those keeping track at home. I'm sorry I'm exhausted. I just went for like a 6-mile run. I'm eating a lot, so I got to work out. So I'm a little tired. Probably should have done this earlier today. But if you go back and you learn about this first Green Day OTC setup, you can actually see me and some of my top students at the last conference in Orlando. And by the way, we'll have information soon about the upcoming conference. I think it's going to actually be in Miami this year in October. We'll get that information soon. But this was the last conference we did. This was Michael Good and me were, sharing this little round table. Jack, Kyle, and Dom were each up like $100,000 or $150,000. That's it. They were like some of my top students at the time. Now Jack is over 10 million. Kyle's over 3 million. Dom's over 2 million. A lot can happen in 3 years. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, and congrats to Dom. Everyone congratulate Dom in the comments below. He just got married the other day. They grow up so fast. It's pretty crazy. The reason why I bring this up is not just to brag about these guys, but I was actually doing a trade during this conference. Mind you, if you came to the Orlando conference, it was a slower market back in 2019. There were 0 trades all day. It was kind of sad because it was like a live trading conference. 0 trades. This was around like 3 p.m. Eastern. So like the last hour of trading, the last hour of the conference, and like half the room had already left because they were like, yeah, great conference, Tim. Thanks for teaching us all this stuff. But sad there were no great trades. I was still ready for trades. Just like right now, I'm always ready for trades. It doesn't matter if I'm in Europe. It doesn't matter if I'm in Orlando. I'm always looking for potential setups. And just listen to this because I'll link this video below so you can understand why this is so similar to FAZE. I was trying to get executed. Couldn't get executed on BILZF.
It's so weird. First Green Day, yeah, that's it. With the celebrity catalyst, most of his followers are going to see it after the market closes.
Too illiquid.
I would love to get into this if I can. My order is live. It's just not going through. So it's also like a weird exchange. Like it's, OTC.
It's OTC, but it's a 5-letter ticker ending in F, which means it's a foreign stock. So it is not located in the U.S.
So strange.
It's Canadian. I hate Canadians. Not Canadians as people, but the Canadian securities regulators, and they let all kinds of money laundering stuff go on. I love Canadians, the people. They're very nice.
Such a positive guy.
With Centerpoint, I can't trade foreign OTC stocks at all. If I wanted to actually buy this, I'd use E-Trade probably.
I was using E-Trade.
But I don't want to actually buy it, so I'll just watch.
So strange.
That's what happens when you've only got a couple market makers. It feels horrible.
Anyways, you can watch that whole video. This is me getting executed. I eventually did get executed. This was BILZF, Dan Bilzerian's play. He had posted about it on Twitter the previous day. The stock didn't do anything, but Dan Bilzerian is big on Instagram. He had just posted, and we have it all live on video. He had just posted on his Instagram story, BILZF. I was trying to buy the stock like in the 120s, 130s. You can see the clock here in the left-hand corner, 15:47. So the market is closing literally like in 15 minutes. Michael Good is his usual cheery self saying too illiquid, don't buy a BILZF 5-letter ticker. It's annoying. I was just interested in the celebrity catalyst. Michael Good, for all of his intelligence, for all his now 2+ million, or I think he's actually even closing in on 3 million in profits now, he doesn't necessarily understand Instagram. I think he has an Instagram account and it has like a loaf of bread that he made. That's about it. He's not an Instagrammer. By the way, none of my top students and I are going to DM you if you're on Instagram. there's just scammers galore. There's a reason why Michael Good and a lot of traders don't use it. But the point is, I do understand Instagram. I'm rather big on Instagram. And I know that Dan Bilzerian's followers are not necessarily going to see the story immediately. They're going to see it when the stock market is closed. BILZF was an OTC stock, so there's no after hours trading. They're going to see it between 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 a.m. Eastern the next morning. So all day, all night, into the next day, they're going to see this on his story, and they're not going to be able to buy the stock. And that theoretically should create a gap up. And I think I have a chart here. Oh, this was later. Oh, I did another trade on BILZF later. But this was the main trade. Do I get the second part of it?
Because for me, this is not about the profits. This is a good example of late day news with the specific informational inefficiency that I've been talking about. Because of Instagram, I know Instagram well. Because of his, following, I know he has a crazy following.
And I should mention here with Dan Bilzerian, he has a bigger following than if you look at the numbers. Because if you know Dan Bilzerian's content, if you look at it, a lot of guys want to follow him, but their girlfriends or their wives won't let them. So they still check his stuff, even if they don't officially follow him, which makes his story even more attractive overnight. Anyways, long story short, I'll post that whole video just so you can get a sense of both underneath this video. And again, do wish Dom congratulations on getting married the other day and for getting over 2 million. And give him crap for not uploading lately to Profitly. Just another thing. But BILZF, and get on Roland too. Roland's closing in on 2 million and he's only at like a little over 1 million on Profitly. I don't think he uploaded his stuff. Bilzerian's company has gone down the crapper, but this was years ago. And this was this day. I was trying to buy the stock right in here in the 120s, 130s. First screen day, celebrity endorsement. And I got some, I think I got like 7,000 or 8,000 shares. I don't know exactly. I can look back, but I'm too tired. Or you can look back. I bought it in the 120s, 130s, sold it near the open on the gap up nearly at 2. Dead on right that it was going to go higher. Dead on right that his followers weren't that financially proficient, so they just put in their buy orders, creating a gap up. For all my smarts, for all my knowing about Instagram, I severely underestimated it. The stock went to 4 within like an hour of me selling. So I locked in nearly 50%, but I missed out on a freaking triple. Because I'm sure his followers used all market orders too, because they don't know stocks. So for me, I'm always looking for a celebrity endorsed, celebrity backed stock. And this is what's going on with FAZE. FAZE is actually spiking right now. The NASDAQ, as I'm filming this, is down 1.7%, but FAZE is spiking to, oh, it did get over 13. So I actually tried to play it today too. Yesterday I made $3,000, which is when I probably should have done this video. But today I made about like 300, going for another spike. I'm sorry for the whole background, but you need to understand this. The more you study the past, the better prepared you'll be. I'll call this out again. This is video lesson 68, 64, 68, 72. And again, I'll post the link below so that you can understand. History repeats. Leave that comment. If you don't want to wish Dom a happy wedding, if you don't want to give Dom crap about not uploading his trades lately, do me a favor, leave a comment below and say history repeats. Or congratulate Dom, give him crap, and say history repeats. But this is why I was prepared for FAZE. I saw a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's a higher price stock. I wasn't looking at it. I don't care what the price is when the stock A has proven that it can spike 60% in a few minutes. And if you look at the reason why it's spiking, it's because of these influencers who are posting on Twitter, they're posting on Instagram, they're posting on Twitch. They have millions of followers. It's not just one Bilzerian, it's a whole bunch of little mini Bilzerians spiking this stock. And because it's short-lived, guess what? You don't just say, oh, I want to invest in this company. You recognize the potential for it to spike and you sell into strength. Okay, this thing might have gone from the 9s to the 16s, but what if you got in the 15s or 16s? The next morning is back down to the 10s. You're down 30%. Even now, you're down 20%. Don't just buy and hold any celebrity endorsed play. Learn to recognize when there are good times to buy. And this is what, this free webinar is all about. There are specific times, there are specific inefficiencies that you should be looking at. And, this 46-day account accelerator, I know it sounds like a random number. There's a very specific reason why we say 46 days. And if you tune in, on Thursday night, you'll see it and you'll learn it. And I'll post a link to that also. But the point is that when I did buy it, I was buying it on a dip here. Not at like the perfect dip when I was really getting it here in the 12s. It had already hit the 13s when I got it on the dip here in the 12s, okay? And I want you to understand that. So it had already started running, and I don't even know the names of all the FAZE clan, but several of them had started posting about it. And when several of them start posting about it, like others are going to start posting about it, and then it spreads throughout their whole community with all their little Twitch channels and everything. So I got it on a dip, and you can see I said speculative dip buy on this big spiker. Lots of big influencers apparently pumping it, low flow. Let's see how far this can go. Goals to sell on a bounce in the 13s. And I'm sorry I had like some typos. I'm rushing this because I want you to see this stuff in real time. I want you to learn in real time. Never follow alerts from anybody, but learn in real time. And I got it on a dip. It had already been in the 13s. I got it on a dip in the 12s, and I got a little lucky. I'm not going to lie here. I sold it on a bounce in the 13s, but it actually went like in 1 minute right here from, 13.20 to like 15 in like 2 minutes. Okay. It was so quick, and I got out in the 13s. I did not think it was going to go to the 15s. Somebody might have said something. Somebody might have mentioned it again on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch. I don't even know. People are asking me like, can you point to a specific person or a specific message? I can't. All I know is that there's a bunch of them. There's like 20 main FAZE clan members, and they all have millions of followers. So I don't care who said it. I don't care which channel it was said on. But I went a little bigger because this is a hotter market, and you can see this in my recent trades. I've started to go a little bigger. There are bigger spikers. I only took like half the profits. This was a solid win for me, and I could have made like 6,000 had I waited like another minute. But again, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just trying to capitalize, on these kinds of trades, making nearly 10%. So look for celebrity endorsed stocks. Look for them to talk about it with their social media followers. Don't just hold and hope. Don't believe in what the celebrities say. God forbid. I mean, there's also been Shaquille O'Neal pumps, Justin Bieber pumps, Tiger Woods pumps. None of them end well, like Dan Bilzerian's play. But you can ride the hype, and you can take advantage of the financially naive who don't know any better because they're just following their favorite celebrity. And this is going to happen again and again and again. Go back through my video lessons. Learn about Justin Bieber. Learn about Shaq. Learn about Tiger Woods pumps. This is why I'm a glorified history teacher. But I'm prepared for this, even though this was a higher price stock for me. Even though, it wasn't as exact because there's not like one big celebrity. I still capitalized. And I think it's a very good lesson. The more you study the past, the better prepared you'll be for other future plays. And especially right now. So that's today's video lesson. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you understand this. Congratulate Dom on his wedding. And also I'll post a link to this 46-day account accelerator. This is a free event happening Thursday night. You can love it. You can leave it. You can ignore it. You can take notes. You can pay attention. But I do want to give you the opportunity to learn when this market is heating up. Not saying that we're going to go back to the highs, but just recognizing that because we're down so much and because there are so many plays that are down so much, that gives you a real good opportunity if you know where to look and if you have the right mindset. So that's what this is all about. I'll see everybody else in chat. Clay Ruff, also challenge students, giving a webinar, another upcoming millionaire student. He's had like 800,000. He's only 22 years old. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 to 6 p.m., tune in to Clay Ruff's first webinar. I love it. I want more millionaire students. You don't have to be young. Young people just seem to do better because they have more time to study. But if you're older, you can study more too. You just have to prioritize this. So that's today's lesson. Congrats to those of you who saw the FAZE play in real time. Congrats to those of you who saw the BILZF play in real time. There's going to be more. The question is, will you be prepared or not?